Greetings, Sacred One. Wow. So, your medicine power card today is the prairie dog. And the prairie dog, as it reads, it says, Prairie dog calls to me when it's time to rest. All right. When it's time to honor the internal quest, I go into retreat so that I may see a way to replenish the potential in me. So if this card's coming up for you and you're reading right now, it means it's time to replenish. Maybe your fuel gauge is a little bit low. And that could be very much the case, especially this time of the year. Everybody's gunning it. Everybody's going from one party to the next, and possibly even if you're not doing that, you are just sending your attention, your focus, your frequencies to each and every being around the world. And no matter where you are, who you are, the prairie dog is coming to you and just saying, take a bit of time out. This time is today, particularly, is a time for you to just rest and recuperate. So my name is Juan, and this is Ignatius Tarot Visions. I'm so grateful to be of service to you in this hour, in this moment, with so much gratitude to your soul. And having a look at the energies today, I can see that it is connecting with my guides, connecting with my animal spirits. There's a bit of an upward battle today, and it's not battle per se, but it's more like a slog. You know, when you're trying to get up and you're trying to go, and that energy reminds me of you're almost there. You're almost there. No matter what you're doing, you're almost there. So you got this. And it's usually towards the end of a marathon, towards the end of a race, that we feel, wow, you know, where do I get this extra vuma from? Where do I get this extra power from? And it's just a sensation of, come on, you got this, you got this. So my guides are just reminding you, you've got this, and this is your opportunity to show up for yourself. So your first card coming up for you today is conditioning. And I love this card because it symbolizes so much about what is happening at the moment, the bondage, the severity of everything happening around the world. But for you in this reading, this is about your shadow self. This is also illuminating you at this time of the year. You are maybe feeling like those old habits are coming up, and you may be feeling an overwhelming sorrow, or a tendency to feel a little bit lethargic, and you want to just drift off into overeating, over drinking, overdoing something. And this card is excuse me, coming up and saying it's okay to feel those things. It's okay to want to do those things, but we don't have to engage. We don't have to action it. We can write about it. We can journal about it. We can meditate upon it, understanding what is the root cause and what is that shadow work that you want to do today. What is that part of you that you want to bring up, and you just want to sit down with that aspect of yourself and say, hey, I love you. I forgive you. I'm sorry. Thank you. And just move on with the forgiveness and move on with the integration. So yeah, this card coming up for you just means that at the moment you're feeling a little bit trapped, a little bit swamped, a little bit stuck, and in a sensation almost going back into those old habits. So the cards are asking you to just be aware of that. Don't feel overwhelmed by everything that's happening around you. And remember, okay, this is the Hierophant coming up for you. Remember that your spirituality is your biggest lesson. We are incarnated not just to have these physical manifestations of reality. No, we are incarnated to also be spiritual ambassadors. And if we are too spiritual, okay, then we tip the scales. If we are too materialistic, we tip the scales. So it's about finding that healthy balance between the spirituality and the material existence. And it is very important and crucial to not find yourself being too harsh and critical on yourself, because that tendency will then relay back into the world, and then you are harsh and critical on the world. Have some fun with yourself. Be in alignment with your highest self, happiness, get in touch with your inner child today, be a little bit playful with your inner child, acknowledge all the archetypes of yourself and realizing that each and every one of them has got a voice, and you've got a voice in the sacred moment. So let's have a look what your subconscious is speaking to you about. So it's the end of sorrow for you. It's the end of that suffering that you felt before coming into this reading. And when this card plays up, or comes up or shows up, it says it's also the end of a cycle. It's not yet complete, but it's the end. You're not going to be experiencing this anymore. Your subconscious is telling you that it is time to journal about everything that you've been thinking about, pondering about, whatever's been in your heart, a little bit heavy, and release it. Release it with a beautiful black candle, release it with a bit of salt, and allow yourself to become lighter. All right. Sounds good? Sounds good. So past. Your past is reminding you of your inner voice, the inner voice that is your strength, the power inside of you. And we look at this card and we understand that this is also related to your potential, your intuition, your guidance, your spirit guides, your animal totems. These are the beings that are here with you. All right. The fact that you're feeling like you're almost going backwards a little bit with the conditioning card, and your Hierophant is coming up in your biggest lesson at the moment, and then the inner voice is saying, don't forget me. Don't forget me in this moment, in this crucial moment. It means that you're going through a little bit of a shift today, and it might feel like everything is a little bit off kilter. Might feel that the stars or something is not in alignment, and it is a collective energy. Understanding that it is collective energy allows you to unplug from that, create your sovereignty, and be sovereign. Be sovereign in your now. And the ringing in your ears could very well be the upgrades, the nurturing, the blessed movements. All right. 10 of rainbows coming up from your higher self. Your higher self is telling you today, it's completed. Whatever the sorrow was, it's now completed. And your subconscious is still holding on to that because it's still processing, all right? But your higher consciousness, your higher self, the expression of yourself that is without limitations, without boundaries, it is saying that we are done now, okay? It's time for a new beginning. And because this is the suit of rainbows, it's all about financial, finding that pot of gold, yes, the leprechaun. And your higher self is saying it is time now for that new adventure, that new possibility. And we are the world, connecting with the aspects of everybody around the globe, and knowing that your higher self is speaking to you now, and acknowledging that you are a bright spark who connects with many people around the world. And it is asking you to continue showing up, being the light, illuminating, even when it feels a bit dense, it feels a little bit dark, a little bit hazy, shall we say, a little bit fuzzy. Yeah. All right. So keep showing up. It's really good. Prairie dog. All right. Take that time out to rest, because it does seem like you've been burning your candle on both ends, and because of that, you've been maybe a bit disharmonious. Yes. And that is why this card is coming up in your future. Okay, you're seeking this harmony. And the harmony card coming up, once again, it's the end of the cycle of a lot of emotions that have been weighing on you, positive, negative. And now is the time to just flow. Flow with the harmony, the compassion, the serenity. Connect with the dolphins, connect with the aquatic animals, connect with that which is your spiritual intuition. And remember that you are a divine, sacred spirit on a journey. You're in this physical body, but you are also of the dolphins, of the whales, of the mammals in the ocean. You are an incredibly beautiful sentient being. So with that, we just want to give a lot of gratitude and thanks to you for showing up for your card reading. Namaste, Satnam, Wahe Guru.